Machikahan time! Narito naman po ang inyong machikang teacher. Ngayon, ang pag-uusapan po natin ay geometric series. Geometric series is the sum of the terms in geometric sequence. Meron po tayong tinatawag na finite sequence, infinite sequence. So, meron po tayong dalawang geometric series. Meron tayong tinatawag na finite sequence at infinite sequence. So, we have the formula for geometric series wherein finite sequence, so S sub n is equal to a sub 1 times the quantity 1 minus r raised to n over a 1 minus r, wherein r is not equal to 1. Kasi kapag po ang r natin o ang tinatawag nating ratio ay equal kay 1, ang mangyayari po 1 minus 1 ay 0. So kapag nag-0 po siya, undefined na po ang ating sequence. Then, sa infinite po is S of infinity is equal to a sub 1 over 1 minus r. Again, ang r po natin should not equal to 1. So, yung a sub 1, alam natin, that is the first term, wherein r is our common ratio. Then, n is the number of terms or the position of the term. Kailan natin ginagamit kapag finite sequence lang? Kung ang bibilangin lang natin o ang kukunin nating sum, kasi di ba pag sinabing series, sum nung ating sequence. So for example, pang 5 sequence lang, pang 10 sequence lang. Unlike po sa infinity, lahat ay kukunin natin. So dito papasok sa infinity or sa infinite sequence, yung tinatawag nating non-terminating, non-repeating, or non-terminating, repeating decimals. So, umpisahan na natin. So, for example, what is the sum of the first 35 terms of the geometric sequence? So, we have 20, negative 20, 20, and negative 20. So, hahanapin natin yung tinatawag nating sum o yung total nung unang 35 terms. So, ang gagamitin po natin na given is a sub 1 is equal to 20, yung pinakaunang term natin. R is equal to negative 1. Sa nakuha yung negative 1. Pag kinuha po natin yung ratio ng negative 20 divided by 20 is negative 1. 20 divided by negative 20 is also equal to negative 1. So, dun po nakuha. And then, yung n po is 35 kasi yun yung unang first 35 terms na kailangan natin kunin yung sum. Okay? So, this will be the formula that we will use. S sub n. So, since ang kukunin lang natin ay finite na geometric sequence, so we have S sub n is equal to a sub 1 times the quantity 1 minus r raised to n all over 1 minus r. Tandaan natin, ang r po ay hindi pwedeng maging positive 1. So let us now substitute the given value. So, since ang kinahanap po is first 35 terms, so dun tayo sa non-finite set ng sequence. Okay? So, we have S sub n is equal to, ang a sub 1 po natin ay 20, times natin sa 1 minus ang r po natin ay negative 1 raised to 35. Okay? All over 1 minus ang r natin ay negative 1. Okay? And then, copy lang po natin yung 20. Ayan. So, magiging 1 minus. Then, negative 1 raised to 35. As we can see, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Yun po yung ibig sabihin niyan. So, ang sagot pa rin po ay 1. So, we will consider po yung exponent since 35. Remember, kapag even ang exponent, yan, even ang exponent, positive po ang magiging sagot. Kapag ang base natin ay may negative sign. Kapag naman ang exponent ay add, yan, ang exponent natin ay add, ang ating sign ay negative. So, therefore, since ang ating exponent ay 35 and that is add, so negative 1 raised to 35, that is also negative 1. Yan. Okay? And then, all over 1, since dalawang negative, negative times negative, magiging positive 1. Then, we will have 2. Then, unahin natin yung nasa loob. 1 minus negative 1. So, negative, negative. Positive pa rin po. 1 plus 1. Then, we will have all over 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay? And then, we will have 20 times 1 plus 1 is 2 over 2. So, pwedeng by cancellation or pwedeng i-multiply mo 20 times 2 is 20. 40 divided by 2 is 20. Or pwedeng cancellation na lang po natin. So, we will have S sub n is equal to 20. Yan. So, ang total ng first 35 terms ng ating sequence na 20, negative 20, 20, negative 20 is positive 20. So, let us have another example. What is the sum of the first 5 terms of the geometric sequence? Given that 4, 12, 36, and 108. So, as you can see, ang hinahanap po ay first 5 terms. So, ang gagamitin natin ulit na formula ay S sub n is equal to A sub 1 times the quantity 1 minus R raised to n all over 1 minus R. So, we have to identify kung sino-sino po yung A sub 1, yung R natin, at yung ating N. Okay? So, since we have A sub 1, that is the first term. So, yan po yung ating 4. Next, ang ratio. So, we all know to get the ratio, A sub 2 over A sub 1. So, magiging 12 divided by 4 and that is 3. To check kung tama ba, A sub 3 divided by A sub 2. So, that is 36 divided by 12 and that is also 3. So, kung mapapansin natin, parehas na po ang kanyang ratio. Therefore, ang R natin is 3. Next one is N. Saan natin kukunin yung N? So, since may given dito na first 5 terms, so, ang N natin ay 5. Okay? So, let us now substitute the given value. We have S sub n is equal to, ang A sub 1 po natin ay 4. Ayan. Times natin sa 1 minus ang R natin ay 3 raised to ang N natin ay 5. All over, ang 1 minus ang R po natin ay 3. Then, we will have 4 times the quantity 1 minus. So, 3 raised to 5, it means 3 raised to 5 is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And that is equal to 243. So, magiging 1 minus 243. All over 1 minus 3. So, applying the rules in integers and that is equal to negative 2. Then, we will have 4 times the quantity 1 minus 243 is negative 242. Again, applying the rules in integers over negative 2. Ngayon, sa 4, pwedeng by cancellation, pwede rin naman na i-multiply siya diretso. So, para pinakamadali po, ay ika-cancel natin si 4 at si negative 2. So, this will become negative 2. Okay, and then now, negative 2 times negative 242 and the answer is equal to positive 484. So, therefore, pag inad pala natin yung 5 term ng ating sequence na 4, 12, 36, 108, and so on and so forth, the answer is 484. So, let's proceed to another example. What is the sum of the first 7 terms of the geometric sequence? Negative 3, positive 3, negative 3, positive 3. Ngayon naman po, ang first 7 term ang hinahanap natin na sum. So, again, ang A sub 1 po natin ay negative 3. Ang R natin, saan kukunin? Kunin yung second term. So, 3 divided by the first term, negative 3. So, the answer is negative 1. To double check, kunin yung third term, negative 3. I-divide natin sa second term, which is positive 3. So, that is also negative 1. So, na-confirm po natin na ang kanyang ratio ay negative 1. ano ang n? So, ang hinahanap dyan ay first 7 terms. So, ibig sabihin, ang n natin ay 7. So, let us now substitute. S sub n is equal to, ang a sub 1 po natin ay negative 3 times ang 1 minus, ang r po natin ay negative 1. Then, raise natin sa 7 all over 1 minus negative 1. Okay? So, again, we will have negative 3 times the quantity 1 minus. So, negative 1 raised to 7. So, since add integer po yung 7, so, meaning negative 1 pa rin po or negative yung magiging sagot. Then, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 and that is also 1. All over, so 1 minus negative 1 is positive 2. Okay? By applying the rules in integers, subtraction of integers. So, that is equal to negative 3 times, so 1 minus negative 1 is positive 2 all over 2. So, as you can see, pwede na po tayo mag-cancel. Ayan, cancel na natin yung 2. S sub n is equal to negative 3. So, therefore, pag inad po pala natin si negative 3, positive 3, negative 3, positive 3, hanggang makarating sa 7th term, the answer is negative 3. So, let us now proceed to our infinity. What is the sum of the infinity of a geometric sequence? 64, 16, 4, and 1, and so on and so forth. Now, ang given po na formula natin, since infinity, ibig sabihin walang katapusan. Tuloy-tuloy lang yung number. So, we have the formula S of the infinity is equal to A sub 1 over 1 minus R, wherein R is not equal to positive 1 para hindi po siya maging undefined. So, again, identify natin sino si A sub 1. So, that is the first term which is 64. And then, ang hinahanap, since wala namang n, ang r na lang po ang hinahanap natin. So, paano natin kukunin? So, again, get the ratio. 16 divided by, or 16 is to 64, and that is equal to 1/4. To check, again, 4 is to 16, and that is also 1/4. So, yan po ang lowest term. So, therefore, ang r natin ay 1 over 4. Then, let us substitute to get the infinity or the sum of the infinity. So, S of the infinity is equal to 64 over 1 minus 1/4. And that is equal to 64 over. So, 1 minus 1/4. So, yung 1, yung isang buo, magiging magiging pwedeng gawin yung 4 over 4. Minus 1 over 4 para mas madali is equal to 64 all over. So, 4 minus 1 is 3 over 4. So, since meron pa po siyang fraction, so, get the reciprocal, change the operation, magiging 64 times. Then, the reciprocal of 3 over 4 is 4 over 3. So, kung mapapansin po natin, si 64 ay hindi pwedeng i-cancel kay 3. So, ang pwede lang po natin gawin is multiply si 64 kay 4. 64 times 4 is 200. 256 over 3. Then, so that is our S of infinity is equal to 256 over 3. Yan. Paano po naging 256 over 3? Sabi nyo nga, infinity, walang katapusan. Kasi, kung gagawin natin siyang decimal, kung i-divide natin, ayan, 256 divided by 3. So, 25 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 3, 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 25 minus 24 is 1. Bring down 6. 16 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 16 minus 15 is 1. So, ang gagawin po natin, magdadagdag tayo ng 0 at decimal. So, 10 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. Again, dagdag ng 0. So, ganun pa rin po. Magiging 3 then 9, 1. So, as you can see, wala pong katapusan. So, pwedeng ang sagot is S of infinity is equal to 256 over 3 or S of infinity is equal to 85.333333 or lalagyan natin ng tinatawag nating vinculo. Okay? So, wala pong katapusan yung 0.333 niya. And the last example, what is the sum of the infinity, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1 over 16, and so on and so forth. So, since infinity pa rin po, S of infinity is equal to A sub 1 over 1 minus R. So, again, ang A sub 1 natin, yung first term natin, which is 1/2. So, to get R, kukunin po natin yung ratio. So, 1 over 4 divided by 1/2. So, since fraction, get the reciprocal or gagawin nating multiplication and then reciprocal ng ating divisor. So, 1 over 4 times reciprocal ng 1/4 is 2 over 1. 1 times 2 is 2, 4 times 1 is 1, so magiging 2 over 4 or 1/2. Okay, in lowest term. Another, to check, 1 over 8 divided by 1 over 4. So, ganun pa rin po. Kukunin nyo yung ating dividend, ta-times natin dun sa ating divisor, pero magiging reciprocal niya siya. So, 4 over 1. So, 1 times 4 is 4, 8 times 1 is 8. Ngayon, to get the lowest term, that is 1/2. So, na-confirm natin na ang ating ratio ay 1/2. Okay? Then, we will have substitute the value, S of the infinity is equal to, ang A sub 1 po natin ay 1/2. All over 1 minus 1/2 ang R natin. So, magiging 1/2 all over, so 1 minus 1/2 is 1/2. Then, para ma-simplify po natin, kukunin natin yung ating divise or dividend, so magiging 1/2. Change the operation from division, gagawin nating multiplication, then reciprocal ng ating divisor. So, magiging 2 over 1. So, 1 times 2, and that is 2. 2 times 1, and that is also 2. So, therefore, S of infinity is equal to 2 divided by 2 is 1. Naway marami kayong natutunan ngayong araw na ito. Yan ang ating maths sayang kwentuhan. Hanggang sa muli, paalam!